Friends, glad to greet you in my video. Today we will talk about a phenomenon called expiration. This question is often asked by beginners. There will be a lot of useful information for them here, but experienced traders also will find a few interesting life hacks. So watch this video until the end. But first, let me remind you that in the description of this video there is a link to my Telegram channel where I give subscribers a link to register on the Pocket Option platform, through which you will find a 50% deposit bonus. So the formalities are over, let's move to trading. Well, friends, let's start by opening a deal to increase the exchange currency pair of the Australian and American dollars. Let's look at the chart carefully. Firstly, we can judge about the downward trend by the moving average signals. However, we see that the chart has reached a local support level, and judging by the lines of the MACD indicator, it's more accurate to talk about low volatility now rather than the power of sellers. Also, formally the lines have crossed and the green one is below the signal red. Therefore, in this situation, I expect a bounce of the level, a correction and then further movement downward. So friends, today we'll talk about expiration, and let's start with these basics. Many beginners ask what is it and how to work with it. What kind of stopwatch is it that times the deal? The first deal brings $704 to deposit. Great start. Let's continue about expiration. In simple terms, expiration is the end of the term for futures contracts and the settlement of parties according to their terms. When you open a deal with binary options, you enter into a contract, essentially a bet, or a dispute, call it what you want. That's you say, I believe that in a minute this security will be worth more or less. If I guess wrong, I will pay $10. If my forecast comes true, then you, broker, pay me. How much the broker pays for each correct forecast is known in advance. It's a percentage of the amount you put into the contract. Friends, we will return to this topic a little later, but for now I suggest looking for an opportunity to open a deal in other currency pairs. Friends, I see a great opportunity to open an option to reduce the exchange rate. Let's do it and look at the signals that guided me. We see that there was a breakthrough of the Keltner channel down, which is already a signal for a decline. After that, there was a bounce and a return within the channel limits. At the same time, our long-term trend is still descending. Yes, the MACD indicator lines seem to be converging, but the nature of their convergence speaks more of low volatility. Therefore, I expect the chart to continue moving down. Let's continue the conversation about expiration. You choose the expiration time or the duration of the dispute. It can be a minute, 5, 10, an hour, or a whole day. Options can even be monthly or quarterly. When the expiration time is approaching the end, there is a settlement between the disputing parties. The deal closed successfully. Another $736 fall on the balance. Let's continue the conversation. When the settlement occurs, there is always one winner in the dispute. The other gets nothing. Unlike the traditional market where investors can hold a share as long as they want, the lifespan of stocks is limited only by delisting, excluding shares from circulation. The situation is different in the futures market. It should be said that expiration is not only for options but also for futures contracts. Indeed, we'll delve into that later. For now, let's go looking for other opportunities where we can earn. Let's observe this pair. Meanwhile, I'll continue. Laws of different countries regarding stock exchanges do not regulate expiration details. Therefore, different exchanges establish their own rules for contract execution. During the execution of the contract, the results are calculated clearing. For cash contracts, all credits and debits are made immediately after clearing, and for delivery contracts on the next trading day after expiration. Contract expiration can be closed early. The option holder can request performance at any time, and the instrument will be executed at the current price. Early expiration of futures is a more complex topic. To neutralize this type of contract, it's necessary to open an equivalent position in the opposite direction. There is an option called auto-expiration. This procedure is provided for many option contracts and takes place on the last day of the instrument circulation before clearing. Let's not forget about trading. Let's open a deal to forecast a rise in quotations. Let's look at the chart and talk about market signals that tell us about the potential for growth. We see that there is a pronounced crossing of the MACD indicator lines. The green crosses the red from the bottom up. This is a signal to grow. At the same time, the chart is moving sideways within this price corridor. Honestly, I opened the deal later than planned. This happened due to slippage. But even now, there is a reserve of the chart's movement at least to the upper border of the corridor. Even if there is no strong growth, we have somewhere to grow with 1 minute. Let's observe and I'll continue meanwhile. Why do I need to know about quarterly expiration and futures if I trade for 1 minute? You might ask me. Okay, my analysis was correct. Another $704 in the till. Excellent. Friends, the fact is that the day of futures and options closing often comes with surges in volatility. Especially strong price movements occur if a large volume of open positions remains for the contract expiration date. Traders who are in losing trades often open opposite positions in an attempt to mitigate losses. Participants with significant capital can influence an asset by closing their positions before expiration occurs. Volatility can also be added by suddenly released news or events related to the financial market. However, even the most potent price pulses on contract execution day only have a temporary effect on the prices of underlying assets. Intraday traders and scalpers should trade extremely cautiously of these days, especially on the date of quarterly expirations, as increased volatility can cause unexpected market reversals. It will be quite disappointing if the price surges in an unwanted direction, breaks the level and then returns to its previous value. Friends, we will return to this topic. For now, let's move on and find another comfortable opportunity for a trade. Again, a deal for an increase, friends. In principle, a very similar situation to the previous deal. Firstly, we see a clear crossing of the MACD lines. After the deal was opened, the chart broke through the Keltner channel upwards, which gives confidence in the correctness of the decision. And let's denote the resistance level, which the chart also broke through. All this leaves no doubt. Returning to the topic of conversation, we said that strong volatility is observed on expiration days. It's unrealistic to remember the date each instrument will be executed, so traders and investors use expiration calendars. You can easily find them online. Each exchange's calendar may differ. It's always nice to see your prediction come true, but for this you need to learn how to calculate the expiration time. With what expiration time is it better to trade binary options? The most frequent questions of beginners. There is no definite answer. Everything depends on your strategy and the indicators you use. Some indicators work better over short periods, while some are better over medium periods, from 5 minutes, for instance, like the alligator. Let's return to the topic later. Meanwhile, let's look for trade signals in other pairs. We open an option to lower the rate. All attention to the chart, let's figure out the market signals. Regarding MACD, we see that the line crossover has occurred and they continue to diverge. We also see a definite price corridor within which the price is decreasing. So, considering that the Kelvin channel was broken downwards, I see the potential for a decline at least to the lower boundary of the price corridor. But let's return to the topic, friends. Some indicators work better over short distances. Some strategies are designed for a longer period. The point is that you choose a strategy for yourself and from it you already choose the expiration period. There is only one universal piece of advice. The shorter the expiration, the higher the risks. Because the likelihood of encountering false market movements, so-called noises, is higher. It was great trading, friends! Let's conclude the trading session and summarize today's topic. Friends, today we discussed the topic of expiration. For some, this topic is already clear, but I tried to touch on different aspects so that it would be interesting for both beginners and those who have already tried their hand at binary options trading. I hope you enjoyed this video, so please like it and be sure to subscribe to my channel. And of course, hit the bell so you don't miss my new reviews. Also, I remind you that there is a link to my Telegram channel in the description of each video where we communicate with subscribers and regularly discuss both strategies and indicators, as well as general questions with beginners about trading. So be sure to subscribe to Telegram. For all subscribers in my Telegram channel, there is a super bonus, a link where you can register on the Pocket Option platform and get a 50% bonus when registering for your real money deposit. Well, for today I propose to finish. Thank you for watching to the end. I was glad to see you and see you in the next reviews. Goodbye to everyone!